The sun is gone. The jungle is alive with sounds, and everything out here is either hunting or hiding. You are alone in the Amazon, and you have 12 hours until sunrise. No trail, no signal, no one coming. Just you, the dark, and roughly 400 species that can hurt you. The clock starts now, and the jungle does not wait. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what it really takes to make it through one night here, and the single mistake that ends it for almost everyone. The first threat isn't a jaguar or a snake. It's the ground under your boots. One wrong step in the dark and a swollen ankle becomes a death sentence out here. But there is something worse waiting for you, and it doesn't need to see you to find you. You freeze where you are and listen, because the jungle is talking and every layer of sound means something. Frogs pulsing means safety. A sudden silence means a predator is close. The canopy above you is 150 feet thick, and it's blocking almost all the moonlight. Your eyes will never fully adjust. This is the darkest most humans ever experience. The air is heavy, thick with humidity, and every breath tastes like wet leaves and iron. Something rustles low and to your right, and you feel it before you hear it. You need shelter, water, and a plan, and you have maybe an hour before the jungle decides for you. The first mistake most people make is walking. In the dark, in this terrain, movement is what gets you killed, not stillness. Roots, drop-offs, hidden streams, and fallen trees can hide a snake or a 20-foot fall. The jungle floor is never flat, so you stop. You plant your back against a large buttressed tree with clear ground around it, and you make this your anchor for the night. Now the real work begins, because the ground is not your friend either. Fire ants, bullet ants, and centipedes patrol the leaf litter, and one bullet ant sting has been called the most painful in the animal kingdom. You clear a small patch with your boot, checking every log and hollow twice before you touch anything. You would feel it in your chest first. That low animal panic when you realize you cannot see your own hands. But panic burns calories and sweat, and out here, every drop of sweat you lose is water you will not get back easily. Because the second killer, quietly, is dehydration. The Amazon is soaked in water you cannot drink. Standing water carries parasites, bacteria, and amoebas that can drop a grown adult within days. If you drink the wrong puddle, you might survive the night and lose the week that follows. Rain will fall, it almost always does, and catching it on a broad leaf is safer than trusting anything on the ground. But before rain, before hunger, before predators, there is something in the air with you. Mosquitoes. Not one or two. Clouds of them, drawn to your breath and body heat like a signal flare. They carry malaria, dengue, and yellow fever, and one bite in the wrong spot is a slow-burning threat you'll only feel days later. You cover skin with anything you have. Long sleeves, mud on exposed arms, a shirt wrapped around your head. It looks ridiculous. It also might be the smartest thing you do all night. Now stay with me, because the deadliest moment of your night is not what you think it is. It is not the jaguar padding silently along a branch above you, though yes, they do exist here. It is not the anaconda in the shallows, or the caiman's eyes glinting near the river. It is the moment you decide to move. Somewhere around hour 4, your body will beg you to walk, to find somewhere better. To do something. That urge has killed more lost hikers in the Amazon than any predator ever has. Because in the dark, in the rain, disoriented, you cannot walk in a straight line. Humans naturally circle. Rescue teams find people miles from where they started, exhausted, sometimes only hundreds of feet from a river they crossed twice. So you stay. You breathe. You count sounds instead of minutes. What would you do here? Sit tight or try to move toward what sounds like water? Answer before I tell you which one keeps you alive. The answer, almost always, is stay. Movement in the dark is the mistake that ends it for most people. Now the jungle tests you again, this time with the small things. A brush of something soft against your calf. You do not swat, you do not kick. Because the snakes here, the fer-de-lance, the bushmaster, strike at fast movement, and you would never see them coming. You slowly lift your leg, shine your light down, and check. 9 times out of 10, it's a leaf, a frog, a vine. The 10th time. Staying still is the only reason you're still breathing. You'd feel your heartbeat in your throat, in your fingertips, in your teeth. The jungle amplifies fear like a drum. But fear that keeps you still is fear that keeps you alive. Around hour 6, exhaustion hits harder than any animal. Your eyes start seeing shapes in the black that aren't there. The brain, starved of light, invents its own predators. This is normal. It is also dangerous because tired people make loud, sudden decisions. You focus on one small thing you can control. Your breathing, slow and quiet, in through the nose. And then the rain comes all at once, like someone opened a valve above the canopy. The temperature drops fast, and now hypothermia, yes, even here, becomes a real threat. You catch what water you can on a broad leaf, tilt it into your mouth, and pull your arms in tight to hold body heat. The rain is loud enough that anything hunting you cannot hear you, and you cannot hear it. A strange, uneasy truce. Then, slowly, the pitch of the jungle changes. Birds. High, thin, hopeful. Dawn is coming, and with it your first real chance. Here is the verdict, the truth of a night alone in the Amazon. It is not strength that saves you. It is not knives or gear or bravery. It is stillness, patience, and the discipline to not become your own worst enemy in the dark. The 3 things that keep you alive. Pick one safe anchor and stay, protect your skin from insects, and never ever drink standing water. Do all 3 and you have a real chance. Break one and the jungle quietly closes the door. So, would you have made it? Or would that urge to move around hour 4 have taken you? If this rattled you, the scenario on being lost overnight in the Sahara is even more brutal. Different killer, same silence. Subscribe and turn on notifications. New survival scenarios drop every week, and the next one might be the one you actually face someday. Because out here, the ones who live are never the strongest. They're the ones who learn to disappear. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. A what-if scenario, not survival, medical, or safety advice. Never attempt anything shown here.